Hey everyone, it's Riley. Welcome back to my channel for another custom bullet journal flip through. So as you guys may already know, I sell custom bullet journals over on Etsy. So the customer can choose the number of months they want, the amount of doodles they want. They can customize all the different themes and spreads if they choose to, or they can leave it up to me, which this person left a lot of it up to me, which was really fun. So if you're interested to know more about my Etsy shop and my custom journals, feel free to check out the description box below. So the journal that we're flipping through today is a 9-month minimal doodle journal. So minimal doodle meaning there are still tons of doodles on the monthly like title pages and the calendar page and things like that, but on the actual weekly spreads there are no doodles, just sort of a corresponding color. So this journal was fun because the person who ordered it didn't give me like strict themes, but she did tell me that she really likes nature. So lots of these themes are really nature focused. Now, another thing that she told me that made this journal a little bit more challenging in some ways is that she doesn't love calligraphy, which like blew my mind because calligraphy is like my favorite part of journaling pretty much. So it was totally fine doing this journal without it, but it was a bit more of a challenge because she said she likes the fonts like Helvetica, very simple, very clean. And so I tried to do a lot of that, but that meant there was a lot of empty space because my calligraphy takes up like lots of space lots of the time, whereas this font was a lot smaller. So I did have to adapt a bit, but I'm actually really happy with how it turned out, and it kind of challenged me to use some Helvetica or similar fonts in my own bullet journaling as well. So I'm really happy with how this entire journal turned out, but I think my favorite months are August, September, and October, but I would love to hear from you guys in the comments which monthly themes in this journal are your favorites. So let's just jump in and flip through this bullet journal. So here's the journal that we're flipping through today. As you can see, it's one of the Artist Loft ones that I typically use. It's this gray one that's been very popular. It's got an elastic closure and an elastic pen loop, and then 2 bookmarks and a pocket in the back as well. So these journals come with some contents pages and a key page that I just leave empty, but the new owner can definitely fill them in if she wants to. So this journal is going out to Otavia. So she chose many of the themes and the color palettes and fonts and things like that. So for the yearly spreads, I just went with really soft, gentle muted tones, used a green and a light brown that she said that she really liked. So that future log was a nice 3-page future log so that she has room to write down events for every day in the month if necessary below here. And then on this page here, we've got a health tracker. So this is just like the one that I did in my January 2021 setup. So if you want to know more about that, I will link that above. And then finally, we have a goals page. So she just asked for sort of 3 different sections, unlabeled, with a spot for goals and action steps. So whether she chooses for this to be like personal, professional, or other things, that is up to her. So those are the yearly pages, and then I left a page blank before getting into the first month, which is April. So I've done this little house theme before, but I just thought it fit perfectly with the look that she was going for. So I really like how this one turned out. And then on the other page here, we've got sort of an events type thing where we have sort of a vertical calendar, all the days of the month. And the circles here are for her to fill in if she works out that day. And then she has a column for work, events or tasks, and personal events or tasks. This over here is more of like a cleaning / plant care tasks area. So a little spot to write down just daily reminders, and then weekly tasks, monthly tasks, bi-weekly, and a little sort of habit tracker type thing to track her plant watering, and then a section for notes. So like I said, this is a minimal doodle journal, so the weekly pages right here don't have any doodles, but of course the monthly ones do. So also the end of each month has a little journaling page where she can just write about the month, highlights, things that happened, and that kind of stuff. Next we have May, and May is just this really plain leafy theme. Really the only doodle involved was these green leaves. And again, we've got all the same monthly spreads and a different weekly layout for this month. So she switched between 2 different weekly layouts throughout the journal, and this is the second one with the tall days of the week. The next month here is June. So I did a spread similar to this in a previous journal where I kind of make it look like it's a Dutch door just by using only the side part here for the design. So I did that again here, and I just for this whole journal was looking for different quotes about like nature and things like that because that's what she said that she liked. So there's June, and I've been really liking this sort of soft coral color lately. I don't even know exactly what to call it. And then we're back to the same weekly as we used for the first month. So I split each page into 4 corners. In the top one here, she's got space to track 5 different habits, and in the bottom, she's got space to write notes for next week. And then at the end of the month here, she's got her little journaling section. So next we have July, and she requested some sort of abstract and organic shapes pattern. So I did that here for July, just using 2 colors, and brought some of those same shapes into the monthly spreads. And then we get into the weekly spreads, and we're back to the nice tall days of the week. So she still has space to track 5 different habits and to write about next week. And again, a journaling page for July. Then we get into August, and August is one that I really like. I like that I used my white gel pen to add these little sort of snow-capped peaks to the mountains, and I also used my white gel pen for some little clouds, which you can probably hardly see because the sky is so light. But I like how it worked out. Brought the clouds back over here and the mountains over here, so that the monthly pages all have some doodles, but then the weekly pages, of course, just have the key colors, but no doodles. And then we have the page for her to journal at the end of August before getting into September. So I really love September. I feel like this is one that she'll like the most, just based on the things that she told me about herself, because it's super minimal. It uses some nice muted green and a bit of tan as well. So I'm hoping that she really likes this month. Again, keeping that minimal leaf design for the monthly pages. And then we're back to the nice tall days of the week. Now, the thing that was really challenging about not being able to use calligraphy in this journal was, for the most part, just filling in these weekly titles. Normally I would write like September in calligraphy and it would fill up all this space. So it was a big challenge for me to honestly just adjust to that and be able to fill the space without using larger calligraphy. Next we get to October, and this is a theme that I've done twice before now, but she did ask for a tea theme, and I thought this one was just nice and cozy, and it fit her color palette really well. And then, as usual, just a little page for her to journal about October. And then we've got November. So she requested some collaging. So I used the same paper that I've used before and just made some little cacti just by drawing these little cacti on printer paper. I didn't actually turn them into stickers, but I used them just like how I would use stickers, by pasting them on top of these different collage areas. And I really like how the quote page turned out over here. Very minimal, but I think it's pretty cute. Then we've got our monthly pages for events and tasks, and then the weeklies. So again, you can kind of tell I wasn't sure how to like fill this space without using large calligraphy lettering. And the journaling page for November with just a couple splashes of washi tape. And finally we come to December. So December is the final month in this journal, and this will look awfully familiar if you've seen some of my flip throughs, because I often will do a floral print similar to this one and just paste some craft paper on top. And this whole idea was inspired by Shada Campbell. So brought back that floral print for a little border here, and just carried all of these nice soft colors throughout the month of December. So even though these weeklies are like very simple, I think the December weeklies are actually my favorite, just because of the color scheme. And that brings us to the final page, which is her December journaling page. And since this is a 9-month journal, she still has about 20 pages left in her journal that she can use however she wants. Thank you all so much for joining me for another custom bullet journal flip through. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to comment below which monthly theme was your favorite, and I will see you guys in the next video.